those single units make a lot of sense in a wholesale model to be sold on vendor, but put those complementary products together into a bundle and sell them on Seller Central, and then the margins make more sense. So it's creative from a product perspective and also from a margins perspective and protecting the margins a little bit more.
This is the E-commerce Braintrust, a podcast about building momentum online for established consumer brands. Join our hosts and their expert guests for high-level conversations about e-commerce strategies, trends, and innovations. Access our Braintrust and boost your brand's e-commerce potential.
So today on the podcast, we're going to be talking about product bundles on Amazon and how product bundles can be used to expand your catalog and your margins. So before we get into our strategies and how it's in what situations bundling is helpful, let's explain what a bundle is. Julie, tell us what a bundle is on Amazon.
A bundle is a collection of complementary products that you're selling together as one unit to the customer. So we'll use taco sauce as an example here. If you had 5 jars of the same flavor of taco sauce and you were selling that together as a pack, that wouldn't be a bundle. That would be a multi-pack because it's 5 of the exact same product being sold as one to the customer. If you had 5 different flavors of taco sauces and you were putting them together into one pack, that would be a bundle because it's 5 different flavors, complementary products being sold together as one unit to the customer.
Okay. And so in the Amazon system, the difference between a bundle and a multi-pack, they're created the same way and treated the same way in terms of like you have to send the units into Amazon actually physically packaged together with one barcode. Is that true? Yeah. So in terms of like UPC codes, even if that multi-pack of the 5 same flavors of tacos have a UPC code, you need a separate UPC code for that 5-pack because that in and of itself is considered a new product. Right. Got it.
So they're treated the same in that way. The difference is the contents of the pack. The multi-pack, it's all the same thing. And the bundle, it's complementary products.
Okay. And so a few examples of beyond the taco. So let's take the taco sauce as an example of what a bundle might be. So maybe you have the taco sauce, the taco shells, and some other kind of seasoning. You bundle that together.
Yes. Fiesta.
Taco Tuesday.
Yes.
Or like different flavors of taco sauces. That would be more of a bundle than a multi-pack.
Correct. Anything that's the complementary products there.
Great. And so the bundle scenario is particularly helpful in a few different situations, but obviously we're going to talk about how it can improve margins and average order value and also be really helpful for Amazon SEO and actually getting more sales of your products. Yeah,
we saw in a few instances with clients a huge impact in terms of SEO through PPC impressions and click-through rate and overall sales when we added gift box, gift pack, gift terms like that to indicate that it was a collection and a gift. We saw huge impact when we added those terms to the title as well as different ads campaigns.
Well, you think about it from a consumer standpoint as well. Obviously, we're coming up to we are in the fourth quarter, and so holiday gift sets are going to be huge, and they always have been for our clients. But throughout the year, there's all these seasonal holidays and events: Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, back to school. All of these events throughout the year where brands can be thinking creatively about how their products may be used together and given as gifts. And even when it's not a holiday, we still have birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, hostess gifts, housewarming gifts. And it is not just a holiday strategy.
No, not at all. Identifying how your product is perfect for that season, that gift, that event, like you said, housewarming, wedding, Father's Day, whether any of those things is helpful from an SEO perspective because people will search in that way, like Father's Day gift, food Father's Day gift or something like that. But it's also helpful from a conversions perspective when you're telling the customer when they get to your page, like this is a gift. This makes sense for a gift.
Right.
It's psychologically, it helps them add to cart.
Right. Yeah, 100%. You can give because you've got just to go think about Amazon's price fee structure as well. When you're selling as a seller on Seller Central, Amazon is taking in most categories a 15% cut of your sale. But then they're also, if you're using Fulfilled by Amazon, then they're charging you sort of a flat fee for fulfillment of that item. And so if you're selling each of those items individually, the fulfillment fees are going to be a lot higher than if you're actually selling a single basket of products where you would have only one fulfillment fee and order fee.
Yeah, the fees and their impact on the margins can really play a role in determining that some things make really great sense as a bundle. And we've seen instances, and we've taken the approach sometimes where those single units make a lot of sense in a wholesale model to be sold on vendor, but put those complementary products together into a bundle and sell them on Seller Central, and then the margins make more sense. So it's creative from a product perspective and also from a margins perspective and protecting the margins a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a great point. And there's other benefits for vendors to consider selling on the marketplace as a third-party marketplace seller that we've covered in a separate episode about the hybrid model. But your point around like splitting your catalog up essentially and having products that wouldn't ordinarily be suitable to sell on the marketplace because the fees would make it prohibitive, bundling those together so you can actually reach a price point where it is economical. Let's say like over whatever you need to take into account the cost of goods sold for your products, of course, but generally over that $15 mark, that's when you can support the FBA fees.
Yeah, $15 has always kind of been my magic number.
Yeah, and so of course the other benefit for brands selling bundles is that if you've created a bundle of products, then it has a new barcode and it has a new ASIN, Amazon Serial Identification Number. And so if your brand has issues with unauthorized resellers that you're trying to address, then they're not going to be able to list that bundle unless they actually have all of those products and they're able to package it with that UPC.
Yeah, it's a great strategy for controlling your brand on Amazon. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's also with that unique ASIN, it's kind of going back to the hybrid sales model conversation again. One of the challenges of the hybrid sales model is if you're selling the same ASIN on both platforms, on Seller Central as well as vendor, when you take the approach of bundling, then you're creating a unique ASIN and you're eliminating that moment where you're competing against yourself on both platforms. And so it's creating that unique ASIN with the bundle has a lot of benefits in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Yeah. So this is pretty compelling so far, but when we're working with a client to help them expand their Amazon presence and generate more sales and build Amazon into a profitable sales channel for our clients, when during that process do we typically start to identify and create bundles? Like when is this a good idea on the sort of maturity curve of brands being on Amazon?
I think after you have a few months after you've launched and you have a good sense of the sales velocities of the unique products in your catalog, what works, what's selling. And at that point, you can determine a strategy of how you want to bundle your products. I think you do need a few months under your belt of selling to have a sense of how your products are being received.
Yes.
In order to kind of refine your catalog at that point.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And there's a few different places where you could get some insight from your customer data. One is in the Amazon order reports, where you're able to see what products customers ordered and what products they ordered together. So products that customers are often ordering together make a lot of sense to bundle. And to go back to your point about multi-packs, and we differentiated between multi-packs and bundles at the start of the episode, but I almost see multi-packs as kind of a subset of bundles, really. And if you find that customers are often ordering multiple quantities of a single product together, then perhaps you do want to create a multi-pack in that situation.
Yeah, and I think there are certain categories, obviously in product types, that really support a multi-pack. You think of food products, I think apparel,
Oh, yeah.
Socks.
Yeah.
You want to buy more than one. There are certain...
Two, ideally. You want 2 socks together, right?
You want 2. You do want 2, definitely. You also might want to buy more than one pair. I'll make my language more precise.
That's the truth.
There are definitely certain products that lend themselves more, and categories that lend themselves more naturally to a multi-pack than a bundle. And I could see they're obviously highly related. And just as you get through a certain point in your life cycle of selling on Amazon before you want to determine what you bundle, the same can be said for making a multi-pack. See what's happening. Like you said, are customers buying more than one unit of your product of the same thing? Put it together in a multi-pack.
Yeah, exactly. The other place that is going to be a good source of information about what types of products to bundle, because there is a cost to it, really. I mean, you have to acquire a new UPC code. You have to actually ship inventory in with those products physically bundled together. And that's something that a lot of brands don't realize, is that you can't get Amazon to actually kit a bundle together at their fulfillment center. You have to ship it in pre-packaged. Another place to kind of get some intel about what products would be good together is through in the customer reviews, not just of your products, but maybe of competitor products as well. So what context are they using the products in? Do they talk about giving it as a gift to someone? So really mining customer reviews of your products, of your brand, and as well as competitors to see opportunities to bundle products together.
Yeah. In the PPC, looking at the search term report, that could give you good information too about what customers are searching when your ads are showing up and they're clicking through.
Great
Also,
idea.
The search term report gives you competitor ASINs of where a customer saw your ad and clicked through. And so that might be a complementary product to yours. So the search term report could be a font of information as well when you're trying to determine what makes sense to bundle together.
Right. We haven't done this for our clients as far as I'm aware. Maybe you can correct me on that. But you can still bundle your products along with another brand's products. And I've seen a lot of sort of small sort of mom and pop third-party sellers using this to good effect. So putting together gift baskets of different brands' products. So I think the question there that you would want to answer for yourself as a company is ideally you'd want to have some kind of partnership with that brand ahead of time so that it's all above water, it's all clear. But that is an opportunity as well. You don't necessarily need to look exclusively within your own catalog to bundle products together.
No, absolutely. The main thing is that they're complementary, that the products make sense together. So that is another angle of the bundle. It doesn't all have to be the same brand.
Great. Well, yeah, these are some good ideas. It's definitely can be a quick win, but something that you still want to do some research on and be thoughtful and creative about when you're putting these products together, because as I mentioned, the downside is you need to essentially put aside more inventory for this activity. And then if you do it the wrong way, then it can be confusing for customers as well. So you'd probably want to have less bundles that are really thoughtfully put together and really high value than having tons and tons of variations of bundles that could confuse people and maybe mess up the integrity of your PPC reporting too.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you're making a determination of what to add to your catalog on Amazon, you want to do your research. You want to see if there's a market for it. You want to know what competitors are doing and what the space looks like. And the same research you would do for your initial assortment, you would want to do for your bundle. You want to be thoughtful about it and strategic to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success when you're adding that to your catalog.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I think that kind of wraps things up for today. We're going to have some show notes available to accompany this episode where we've talked a lot about something we continue to come back to on I think pretty much every episode we've done so far is this vendor-seller hybrid model. And that's where you have both a vendor central account as well as a seller central account, and you're both wholesaling to Amazon and selling as a marketplace seller as well. And so that is something we've talked about as bundling being a particularly good strategy in that scenario. So we'll link to that episode as well as some other resources that we have around bundling and also just optimizing product listings, because like Julie mentioned, being thoughtful, being creative about putting these bundles together is going to involve creating a new product page for that new ASIN as well. So we'll link up to those resources and I'll catch you next week, Julie.
Yeah, now I want to go get a taco.
All right. Catch you soon.
Have a good week.